Let's get this shit popping, man. What the hell? That fucking playing all these fucking songs, man. Y'all know what we here for, man. Let's get this shit fucking popping, man.
Hey, brothers can't start the show on time, but when okay, never mind.
Free all my dogs like Lassie. Man, start the what the
Come on, man.
Oh, we here. Can niggas hear me? We good? Yo.
Yup.
We can hear you, good brother. Go ahead.
Niggas heard me. I see you playing
Curtis!
again. Yet and still, you playing. Ain't nobody fucking playing with you. Ain't nobody fucking playing with you. With that being said, hey Ty, can you hear me? Cujo, can you hear me? Lucci, can you hear me?
I told you they can hear you.
Yeah, I'm about to start dinner, man. I got y'all on speaker. Let's go. Yeah, I got y'all on speaker. Let's get it.
That's right. Come on, man.
Let me roll up real quick.
Oh, it's about to be
All
lit.
right.
Let's go. I'm here for this.
My auntie house.
ODG, man. Don't disappoint us, bro.
Curtis!
Thank y'all for showing up. I will say that. Yet and still, thank y'all for showing up. It's always a dope situation. That's where brothers can have discourse. Thank y'all for showing up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ODG, correct me where I'm wrong, brother, if you don't mind. With that being said, the ball kind of falls in your court as to where you show the thesis.
I mean, you can fill people on how this got started, right? You started talking about them. What did you describe? The neo soul what?
The neo soul. I'm sorry, you won't say it. The neo soul hoes. Yeah, I said that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And what did I say? I said some of them be on some witchcraft.
I feel like the neo soul hoes that operate on social media and things like that, they're not even tapped in fully to be representatives of the individuals that be worshiping stars at all. And I do stand by that. These bitches don't know what the fuck is happening. They don't.
Well, I didn't really mention the worshipping stars. I just said witchcraft.
Well, I tied in what you said and what Ty said. So could you explain your point of contention to me so that I'm properly educated as to where I have to separate your standpoint from what Ty said? Would you mind doing that?
Well, what I said had nothing to do with it. The only point of contention between me and you was when you said there's a large part of Christianity being interpreted as witchcraft, if you're literal. And I asked you to explain that. Because when I looked at the Merriam-Webster, I couldn't understand how you could link that in unless it was syncretized with other religions.
Well, the way that it's linked in is when you start to dive into the colloquialism and the zeitgeist of it, that's where it starts to blur the lines a lot of times. Because oftentimes people can view their situation as being the one true way. I understand, ODG. You're a man of faith as well, just like I am. I get that. But when we take this thing literal, it starts to look very, very, very different. If we operate from the standpoint of it being, it is a religious belief adhered to by certain individuals, and then they move forward in light of their own religious belief. That goes very different, ODG, as opposed to someone saying, "Oh, Christianity is the default belief. Thus, everything outside of that is pagan." That's different.
I mean, that was never the argument I made, and I don't think that's an argument that's ever been made by Christian, because, well, anyone that I would consider Christian anyway, because Christianity is based off Judaism, or however you want to call it, the different terms of that. So obviously Judaism is discounted from that.
Mm-hmm. And
So it can't be
in light of
anything outside of Christianity falls into that.
No, it's not that. It's Christianity has a beautiful way as to where they paint things as to where this is pagan and this isn't. But yet and still, do you understand how that even came to be, ODG? As to where somebody was able to say, oh, your religion is pagan, but our religion isn't. Were you even paying attention to that early on in the onset, especially in light of the solstice as well? ODG?
What exactly about the solstice? What solstice are you on about?
Well, I mean, you realize that the solstice, when it comes to a lot of Christianity holidays, was made in light of quote unquote pagan holidays being observed on a certain day, and then Christianity kind of came in, co-opted that because
Name an example.
they needed
Name
that.
an example of the Christian holiday you're talking about.
Okay, Christmas. You remember when Christ, like the Christ born situation, and you understand the definitive roots of pagan, like the word pagan itself, to where pagan says a person holding a religious belief other than those of the main world religions. You understand that, right?
You do realize that pagans were the main world religions at the time, right? Like most of the world was pagans, because you're saying major world religion. Christianity wasn't a major world religion at that time. In fact, it could have been
They
looked at
were
as a subsect
viewed
of Judaism.
they were still viewed as pagan because there were people who weren't able to be quantified. For instance, if you look at situations as to where there were individuals in the Middle East who had their observations, individuals in Europe, when they were moving across the world in light of Vikingism, that was also viewed as pagan, correct? ODG? Did you
But
study
you're
that?
referring to the Vikings, which is
Was that
hundreds of
weird to you?
years later than the period I'm talking to. What I'm talking about is when Christianity began, it was a minor sect within Judaism. You could describe it as that. So I'm not sure how you could class it as a major world religion to then classify everything that's not a major world religion as pagan. And forget that for a sec. Explain how Christmas is linked to the solstice or co-opted this pagan beliefs. That's what I'd like to know about.
Well, we understand that a pagan holiday was actually happening at the same time as the summer solstice. Maybe you don't. Did you research that,
Name
ODG?
the pagan
Were you
holiday.
made
There are lots
aware
of
of that?
pagan holidays.
I'm going to find a pagan holiday, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm researching more so to find um,
See, this is what I
adversaries to
don't
this
like in
shit.
debates, when people come in here making claims and then they're not ready to back up those claims. You see what I mean?
ODG, I haven't asked you to back up any claim. I was allowing you to lay the groundwork for what it is that you're saying. So with that being said, I acquiesced it
You made
to
a
your
claim,
lack of
right? You
knowledge and
claimed that
representation.
Christianity co-opted
Oh,
a
really?
pagan holiday, linking it
It
to the
did.
solstice. And
It
I'm
did.
asking you,
With the
okay,
summer
what's the
solstice.
holiday that they co-opted? Or summer solstice, not winter solstice.
Mhm.
Okay, so what's the holiday? Because you said Christmas is a Christian holiday. So what's the one before it that Christianity co-opted then?
Well, Christianity didn't have a holiday beforehand, which was supposed to be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe I have to speak like this. Maybe I have to speak like this. There was no holiday beforehand from a Christianity standpoint when it came to
Wait.
them
Let's
co-opting.
talk time period. There was no holiday before when? What time
I like
period?
how you're interrupting, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to
Interrupt.
clarify, because you're
Go.
not being very
You're
specific
trying
here.
to
You're being very
clarify.
broad.
You're trying to clarify something that I didn't flesh out. But go ahead. Go ahead, ODG.
I mean, you
You have a
made a
question.
claim, right? You claimed that Christianity co-opted a pagan holiday, and then the Christian holiday that came from that co-opting was Christmas. So I'm asking, okay, so before Christmas, what was the holiday that was being celebrated around the solstice?
by the pagan view and the pagan interpretation. Is that what you're asking?
I mean,
Or
that's what you call them. So yes.
okay, okay. Um, I'm not going to lie and say that I know that. Um, but I
Why would you
understand that
say it if you don't know it?
because I don't know the definitive name. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a debate. I'm not going to lie to you,
I'm
ODG.
not
I
asking you
don't
to
know
lie to me,
because I
but
don't
you could at least have a clue about.
observe that.
You know what? Let me not interrupt you. Speak your piece, and then I'll come back.
No, I don't know. There's no reason for you not to interrupt me. I don't know that because I don't observe that, but I understand that that is exactly where it came from.
So you know exactly
Thus,
where it
that was
came
a
from,
change.
but you don't know the name of it.
Yes, because
Okay.
those
Do you
names,
happen to
because
know
we're in
when this happened?
2022. So I don't know exactly, hold on. I don't know exactly when this stuff was repatriated and whether it's a formal name. But I do understand that at the end of the day, that was taken into consideration, though, when it came down to the pagan holidays and
Sorry,
people
when you say that was taken
operating
into
and moving.
consideration, are you saying it was taken into consideration for the celebration of Christmas, the day of Christmas?
No, no, it was more so about for the pagan individuals, it was more so a celebration of fall, especially in light of Christ as he is and as he was being observed as somebody in the summer. That was something completely different. But I cannot give you the pagan holiday. I can't because I don't know that. I'm not gonna
Okay,
lie to you.
okay.
Like
Uh, uh, Correct me when I'm wrong, or stop me when I say something wrong. But you said Christianity co-opted a pagan holiday, yet you don't know the name of the pagan holiday. And when I ask you to clarify when this happened, you haven't yet clarified when it happened.
no, because it's not important to me. Just like the Christian co-opting of this is not important to me. Just like
So, okay,
Christmas
how
as
do
you
you
observe
know
it
that the
isn't
co-opting
important to me.
happened?
Because there was literally doctrination as to where individuals said they needed an investment by which uh, going off of financial investment, people needed something to drive the industry, number one. And then number two, people were looking at the religion in and of itself and they wanted a justification as to where they were going to monopolize a certain area in a certain time and a certain, I guess, I can't say that.
You
They
seem to be
wanted
waffling a lot to me, and I'm trying to understand exactly where did you hear this from? You say you know this, and it was co-opted for financial gains.
the
When?
British
Do you
Britannica.
at least have like? I'm not even asking for a specific date, right? But do you even have a century when it happened?
I said the British Britannica, that was the main situation as to where it happened. And then we also have a situation as to where Christ, post Christ, it was referencing not only the work of his disciples, but it was also referencing the work of the people that observed him as well. So no,
Hold on.
go
You
ahead.
said the summer solstice, right?
For the holiday itself, yeah,
Do you know when the summer solstice is, or roundabout?
yeah. The summer solstice was around May and June, mid
Okay.
May,
And
late
when is
June.
Christmas exactly? When is Christmas?
Christmas was a little bit different. ODG.
You're
calendar, or
feeling
like how
choppy
are
right
you
now.
going
Sorry,
by
I can't hear you. Can you restart? I couldn't hear you. You were cutting out
I
a bit.
asked, are you going by the Gregorian calendar, or are you going by the interpretation of the people that were observing the holiday?
Whichever calendar you prefer. Whichever calendar you prefer, you can go by seasons if you want, as long as you specify which location you're basing those seasons on.
Okay. In light of the Gregorian calendar, because that was, and the excuse me, what Caesar did with the calendar as well, that actually moves that up. So I think that's around November, because I know Caesar removed his shit as well.
So, just so I can get this clear, Christianity co-opted a pagan holiday which you cannot name that took place in the summer solstice, and the result of that was a Christian holiday, Christmas, which takes place in December using the Gregorian calendar. Am I correct in what I just said? Am I expressing your views correctly?
No, but I understand. I
Okay,
understand.
okay. If
I
I'm
said
not,
no
please clarify. Please clarify yourself.
because the Gregorian calendar happened how it happened. And there was also a situation as to where Julius Caesar did what he did. So that moved it. That removed a month. So I think
Yeah, but
it was more of a summer.
the Julian calendar was before Christ, and the Gregorian calendar was way past when Christmas was already celebrated. So mm, I'm not sure why you're bringing those up. You were talking about the solstice. You said the summer solstice,
Mhm.
or were you mistaken
Be-
there?
well, no, because actually when he was born was different than when the date is observed.
Yes, but you said the holiday Christmas co-opted a pagan holiday that took place around the summer solstice.
It did. I'm sorry. There was a festival that was observed around that same time as well. Not a holiday. Excuse me. There was a
Oh,
festival.
a festival
Excuse
around the
me.
summer solstice.
Yeah, excuse me. There was a
Summer
festival. Sorry
solstice,
about that.
right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm trying to get you to explain to me how a festival in the summer solstice can be co-opted by Christmas, which takes place in like the opposite time of the year.
ODG. If I knew that, I wouldn't argue with you at all, or have no debate with you.
Okay, so
I don't
what
know.
do
I'm
you
looking.
know? Because I'm trying to get at what do you know? You seem to not know a lot when it comes to this. I asked you, do you know the name of the holiday? You couldn't answer that. I
I
asked
don't
you,
observe that
okay,
holiday, so I'm not gonna lie like I know that
I
that's what
didn't
you.
say you observed the holiday. I just asked if you knew the name or not. I don't
No, I
observe
don't.
Kwanzaa, but I know of Kwanzaa. I don't observe Hanukkah, but I know of Hanukkah and what time period it takes place.
Mm.
So I'm just asking you, what do you know? I even asked you what time period this co-opting took place in, and you didn't seem to provide an answer for that.
Okay. So when it came to the the posthumous observation of the individual by Christ, I mean that thwarts a lot of the time scape, a lot of it. even when you start to reference individuals of the word in and of themselves, especially if they aren't individuals that can have a definitive point of reference to where they were archaeologically dug up or whatever the case may be, that's what also throws a lot of the stuff in there, which then brings my point of contention as to where it is. I don't like that. Like, that's weird to me because there is no sarcophagus of individuals of poignance within the Bible. There is no, I guess, there's no burial tomb of Yeshua, of Christ, or anything else like that. There's nothing like that. So I'm looking at it
You,
and
you're
interpolating.
diverting away from something I asked. I asked you very specifically what time period. I asked you within a century. I'm like, it's
What
within a century of the time that this co-opting of this pagan holiday, which then turned into Christmas, took place, which you say happened in the summer solstice, right? You said the festival happened around the summer solstice, and it
yeah,
was co-opted by
before
Christmas.
Christ. Yeah.
And I'm just asking you to
And
approximate
there's no,
as within a century when this co-opting took place.
so as far as the breakdown of Christ himself, are we referencing Christ himself, or would you like to
We're referencing
go down
Christmas,
into?
and we so I'm not sure what you're getting confused here. You said let's just have a brief recap of what you said. You said
You
Christmas
know what?
co-opted
Mm-hmm,
a pagan holiday that took place.
mm-hmm,
Well, you changed that from holiday to festival that took place around the summer solstice. You do
mm-hmm.
not know the name of the festival, which
Yeah,
is
I don't observe it.
understandable since you say you don't observe it.
Yeah,
All I'm asking for is the approximate time period that this co-opting took place.
I would look at it definitely, and I'll stand on this. This was around. This was around 3 A.D. because Christ was definitely past at that point.
Wait,
That was
3
where
AD past was Christ was what? Sorry?
he was gone at that point.
In 3 AD.
Yeah,
03, as in 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. That.
1 plus 1 doesn't equal 3, but okay, yeah, sure, sure.
So you're
It
saying
post his
Christ.
death, 3 years post his death.
Hold on, brother Cal. So you're saying Christ died. When did Christ die then, according to you?
The Anno Domini after his death was. Wait, what? What? What do you What do you mean? When did he die? If I'm giving you
You
the
said this
reference by
took place
which,
around 3 AD, and I'm asking you, when did Christ die according to you? Because you're saying Christ. Um, have you been drinking, Cal?
no, I'm literally confused as to what. Wait, what?
I can understand you're confused. I can tell you're confused. I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
like
get
I
to the
don't
root
know what
of the
you're.
reason why you're confused. You
No,
said,
you're asking rhetorical questions, and you're asking questions that don't necessarily pertain to me, but you're directing them towards me. So you being like, "Oh, well, I guess you don't understand this question." That shit, as to where it's like, "Oh, the drinking thing is a cop out." Like I don't understand what you don't understand, so that leaves me confused.
no, I'm
Like
trying.
AD
Listen,
is
okay,
Anno
Cal.
Domini.
Let me fill you in with some information, right? Let me try and help you out here because I think you're
Please
getting a bit
try.
confused. I'll try. I mean, I can do what I can. I don't know of anyone who says Christ was dead by 3 AD. That's why you're getting me confused. There is no period of time between BC and AD. It just switches. There's no 0th year, right? So
What
it,
is the
it goes
switch of the
directly.
year, ODG?
Pardon?
What is the switch of the year from BC
You
to
know how you
AD?
have New Year's, right? Like from 2014 to 2015, right? That took
Of
place in New
course,
Year's Eve.
that's what I'm asking. Yep, that's what I'm asking.
And I'm saying, so on 1 BC, on December 31st, hypothetically here, we're ignoring the differences in calendars. When it hit midnight, it changed over from 1 BC to 1 AD. It didn't change over to 0 AD. There was no time period in between that. So
Mm.
that's why I'm getting confused when you're saying Christ was already gone by 3 AD.
Okay. Okay. So, do you not consider him being active and present to his disciples as him being present, ODG?
I
Like
consider
him
him being
walking
present as being
through
present, yes.
walls and. Okay.
Pardon?
No, I was just asking, like him walking through walls, him talking to people, him going about the land, doing exactly what he did. Do you recognize that as him being present, ODG?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I just said
Be-
it, yeah.
because although post him being crucified, you understand that it goes after that. Like the timestamp goes after that, correct?
Sorry, when
Like
do you
him
think he
being
was
arrested,
crucified?
him being.
Hello?
hmm I'm here. I'm
So
here.
when do you
I'm.
think Christ was crucified?
You know what, ODG? You're right. I'm not in this space to argue with you, and I have so much to say to you, but I'm not going to do it. And I feel like it's only going to lead to a extremity argument. And I'm not really with that right now. I'm trying to get better. Um, so you're right. You're right. You won today.
What?
Um,
Eh?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to you. You won. I'm not gonna do this because I feel like I have to talk more than I want to, and I'm getting really frustrated. So I'm gonna back up. You're absolutely correct, ODG. Absolutely correct. Fully and truly. Not gonna do this. So I'll see you later. Respectfully, I want to argue with you, but I don't. Mm-mm. But hey, keep your head up, G. Love you, support you. May God be with you. That being said, yeah, I'm up out of here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, stay blessed, man.
Uh,
I have no idea what just happened.
yo, Lucci, man, you here? Man, if you don't scrap that bullshit, man, like that's going in the vault, man. That is going in the vault. We not airing that.
Yeah, I don't know what they got going on.
The fuck was that friendly ass match, man? Oh my god, man.
Oh, hey, why Cal just put the mic down and log out?
That was on some like I'll never battle my brother. Like What was that, man? Come on, man. That was
Listen, I have no
ridiculous.
idea what just happened, to be honest with you. Honestly, I thought the brother was at least informed on the topic, but I was asking about it. And look, I understand if you don't know the name of the holiday, right? But I thought you would have like at least some approximate idea